Oh, morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to today's episode of Let's Talk About It, LSU. Well, y'all know today is Saturday. It's our Saturday edition. And today we talking about them LSU Tigers that are 1-0. Today, we got a matchup. It ain't a big matchup. It ain't a, rival week. It's the money game. Some of y'all watch college football, know college football. Y'all know about the money game. That's why a big college go play a small college and basically help that small college make some money. Today's opponent is Louisiana Tech, a.k.a. La Tech. Everybody know La Tech. Good school. Good school Terry Bradshaw came from. But competitively, competition-wise, do La Tech have the talent and the players to keep up with LSU today? After watching what we did against Clemson, one of the top 3 defenses in college football, top 3, I'm just going to go and say, I don't think La Tech will be able to compete with us this week. Next week is the one I'm really, focusing on, the one I really want. I can't wait for. That's our rematch against Florida from last year. We went to Gainesville and took a L. Now, Gainesville got to come to Death Valley and take a L. Basically, today, we're going to look at it, Gary Nussmeier, how he did, Durham, how he did, our transfer portal receivers, transfer portal defenders, DBs, D linemen, and we got an offensive lineman also, center, come from Virginia Tech. Be looking at, a few players, looking to see what we need to work on, especially when we get to these, top-ranked SEC teams, these top-ranked playoff teams. I feel this is our year. We should be able to go to the playoffs and win it with the team we have. Also feel this is our year. This is LSU's year to put themselves back on top of the map. Been watching LSU. Y'all know that every 4, maybe 5 years, it seems like we're in the distorted years. We're not getting the top recruits we normally go get, and then all of a sudden we just have this team that's just unbeatable. And one thing leads to another, we go get us a national championship. Since 2000, I want to say LSU has won 5 national championships. 2025. So with that being said, every 5 years, statistically, we should be getting ready to win a championship. We won the last championship was 2019. If I had to speak on it and guess on it, I would have to say I think this would be the year. It's a 6th year. This is that year to win the championship. Yeah, man, I'm just looking to see what this year brings. This is Coach Kelly's, I'm not going to say Coach Kelly make or break season. A lot of people been talking about that, saying, this is Coach Kelly's make or break. LSU don't do good this year, then he should be fired. I disagree with that. And reason being, last year and this year would be, this year would be Coach Kelly's, majority of full team of his recruits, players he recruited, players he wanted to bring in. We all know Harold Perkins, both of the Week brothers, Witt and West. Also has the younger brother who isn't. I don't think he's getting any playing time this year. He's a freshman. We're loaded at linebackers. I would say he would probably be Coach Kelly's, one of Coach Kelly's recruits. Harlem Berry, Tyron Francis, Manchild, DJ Pickett. Who else I'm missing? I feel like I'm missing some small players. And a few other guys that, came in freshman year. I would like to say that would be Coach Kelly's recruits. This year and next year would be the years that I would be looking to see if I could give Coach Kelly any type of blame or put Coach Kelly in any kind of hot seat. This year and last year and the year before last, I can't say I could put him in a hot seat. Only reason being, a lot of those players weren't his recruits. We were supposed to get Walker Howard. We were supposed to get Walker Howard, who's the quarterback right now for Raging Cajuns, Louisiana Raging Cajuns. We were supposed to get him. Something happened. He decided not to come to LSU. I don't know if it was because of the quarterback situation with Jalen Daniels and Garrett Nussmeier being on the roster, and having Hurley on the roster also. I don't know if that deterred him to make him feel like he wasn't going to get playing time, so that caused him to go transfer to other schools, which led him to transfer again this year to Raging Cajuns. I don't know the full schematics and situation with that, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. But I just know, Will Howard was supposed to come. Walker Howard, I keep saying Will Howard. Walker Howard was supposed to come to LSU. I say he transferred, went to Ole Miss, and spent some time over there. Now he's over at Raging Cajuns. Next year we will have another. Well, I'm not gonna say another. There will be in Louisiana. We will have another quarterback battle controversy. Quarterback battle. I'm sorry. That is because few people, sports analysts, people that follow LSU football, I'll make the same comments that, our starting quarterback isn't on our team this year. But we can get to that later. Right now, I just want to focus on, today's game against Louisiana Tech. Basically, this game here, I'm looking to see, the coaches give a little bit more of plays we worked on in practice, plays that we're probably going to be using against, better competition. Just to see how to get the kinks out of these plays. Might show certain aspects of the plays, not give you the full, plethora of our playbooks. Just looking to see, a lot more running yards, more ground yards, more passing yards compared to last week. More of a stronger defense to build more of a, chemistry and build more of confidence, especially for next week. I just look for LSU to play a game that, not them go out there and play on a competition level like they're going to play against Alabama or Florida or, Ole Miss, somebody that, we normally have those type of games with, whereas, it's a high-scoring game or it's a real strong competitive defensive game. I just don't see that being that type of game today. I also want to see Caleb Jackson. I feel this game is a game where Caleb Jackson can get some reps and, actually show what he can do. He showed us glimpses of his full, capabilities his freshman year. Haven't seen any of that from Caleb Jackson. I haven't seen any of that from Caleb Jackson last year or the first game this year. He had one carry, a -1 yard, and I don't think he got back in the game after that. Harlem Berry, I'm looking to see, Harlem Berry. You watched my last podcast I made for, last episode I made for LSU. I didn't get to watch that game. I had some things I was, doing on the side. Deal with dogs. I'm part of a dog kennel, so sometimes the kennel world interferes with my analytic world. But it's just getting things in control. Lining, putting my ducks in a row. Over time, like I said before, things will be a lot better. But back on to the main topic. Some I like to veer off, but I stay on focus. But back to the main topic. I'm looking to see Caleb Jackson, more in the running game. Looking to see Harlem Berry more on the, coming out the backfield, catching swing passes and, being able to show what he can produce. I'm looking to see more from our wide receiving core. Aaron Anderson, we know Aaron's going to do what Aaron does. Zay's going to do what Zay does. I like to see Chris Hilton especially bounced back from the game he had last week. A couple catches, turnover. Wasn't the Chris Henry that we used to seeing from last year. He's our deep threat receiver. Brown, I want to say Brown had a good game. I'd like to see more from Brown. That touchdown catch he had last week came down to the ground. Ball touched the field. It did move. Anybody know anything about receiving, you have to have full control on the way going to the ground and, after hitting the ground. So with that being said, I'd like to see Brown have more of a breakout game this game, especially being it's going to be less of a challenge with the competition, the defender that's going to be checking him. Caden, I like to see Caden Durham have another, big game. Last week, some may say it was a, basic game. Me personally, for the defense that we went against, I would say he had a good game. He had 84 yards rushing. That's kind of thing that was decent. That was nice. Also, like to look at our defense. Rico Payton, Pyburn. Harold's going to do what Harold's going to do. Witt and West going to do what they're going to do. Delaney, Mansour Delaney, I want to watch him, check him out. I want to see DJ Pickett, which last week, the freshman was so good, we didn't even notice he was playing. And yes, DJ Pickett did play. He's number 3 on the team. Be looking for the 6'5", 200-pound guy, look like a wide receiver playing cornerback. Great guy, great skills, great awareness. All around thing will be, someone that can go into LSU's, history book as one of our greatest DBs with the Patrick Peterson, your Tyrann Mathieu, your Justin Reed, LaRon Landry. Like, LSU done had some DBs that on a collegiate level, great guys, great athletes, very, very tremendous in their skill set. Very, very knowledgeable at their skill set. Go to the next level and bring it with them, It's not many DBs, in college football you can say like that. I give LSU DBU as, I give them that crown as DBU, wide receiver U, and last, 5 years, QBU. Just saying. I think LSU's football team is going away from what they used to be known as. I don't know if anybody remember back in the day, LSU was known as a ground and pound team. We was known for running the ball. Now we're known for, putting the ball in the air. And that's producing a lot of great receivers that's coming out of, Louisiana and making it to the NFL. And as we speak, your top 5, top 6 best receivers in the NFL right now, strong possibility, most of them come from Louisiana. Just saying. I feel as far as our recruiting, we need to get back to touching bases, like going back home. Coach Kelly said one of the things he wanted to do coming to LSU was keeping the talent at home. I agree. Louisiana produced a lot of athletes, especially in football. I feel when it comes down to the size of the states, we may be one of the smallest compared to your Florida, your Texas, Georgia. Those states are bigger than us, but I feel Louisiana gets overlooked because of most of our talented players. They go to other states like Bama, Ohio State, Clemson. We've known to have a lot of our star players go out of town and play, and I feel as a LSU Tiger fan, I feel our players should stay home. I mean, yeah, I understand sometimes, kids need to leave their environments to go better themselves. Some as far as, getting away from the distraction, which I understand that. I think as a community, we should come together more as far as trying to, keep those type of players that's in-house that has the talent and ability to go to these big D1 schools like LSU and, help solidify our homegrown, like our background, our state, build up our state to where we can get recognized and more noticeable as far as when we go to talking about schools that, generate, these great Hall of Famers and these great, superstars of the NFL that we love to watch on Sundays. I feel a lot of those players but a lot of these children don't have to leave the state to go, get to that next level. I feel like, powerhouse states with football, I'm, just speaking my opinion-based. Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, Florida. Not in that order, but Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, Florida. Those are your big. California, you know what I'm saying? They're known for having, good athletes. But I'm rambling again. I just feel like there's a lot we can do at home to keep our players here and help LSU build a legacy of breeding these athletes to where we can take back the crown of being one of the most prestigious colleges in the United States of America, and that'll be LSU. But back to our discussion. I'm looking for today's game to be real explosive on offense and defense. I'm looking for our defense to go out there and show more dominance today than we have seen last week, which last week was a great dominance of our defense. Some people look at it and try to act like, we didn't show up and show out, like we don't get the credit we deserve. No matter how you look at it, man, LSU Tigers, they're here to play. And I'd like to thank y'all for today's episode. Do me a favor so we could take this platform and let's talk about it, LSU Nation, and let's talk about it, Saints Nation, to the next level. I need y'all to like, subscribe, those two things. Third thing, I need y'all to hit the notification bell. And the last thing I'm going to need y'all to do, comment. Interact in these videos. I know some I post on Facebook, some I post on YouTube, but mainly all my videos go on to YouTube. Facebook, I may post reels, but for the most part, all my videos will go to YouTube. Once a week, I'm going to start doing a moment where we have a segment called handing out roses. Well, I would name one person, give them their flowers, roses, and just speak on accomplishments they have made for their community, for their city, their state. And I would like y'all to help me also by people you may know. It could be yourself, it could be a friend, it could be a relative, it can be a coworker, it could be anybody. Just something short, basically their name and what contributions they have given to society, whether that be to the community, to the job, to the neighborhood kids, just in general. It could be someone neighborhood watch, it could be a police officer, it could be an athlete, it could be a school kid, it could be somebody that just goes around the neighborhood, helping cut grass. Like, it doesn't have to be something on a major, significant level. It could just be something just as small as a parent going out there in the morning and, you know, watching over the kids while they get on the school bus. Like, just something that just shows to give back. And I feel everybody deserves their flowers. Everybody deserves to be acknowledged on what they're doing. Every once in a while, some people just need that reassurance of knowing that, you know, hey, if nobody's watching you, I'm watching. And that's basically all the segment is just giving flowers out. Wow, giving roses. I like to give roses, not flowers. But yeah, we're going to be working on that segment and a few other things. Got a lot of things coming for this channel. But in order for this channel to grow, I need my fans and I need people who love to water the gardens, water the flowers, water the roses. I need y'all to make this platform bigger, and I can't do this without y'all. So if you enjoy watching, learning, growing with me, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, put your notification bells on so you know when I drop content, and that'll be it. Wrapping up, LSU need y'all to do what y'all got to do this season. I need y'all to win these games. I need y'all to have a great offense. I need y'all to have a great defense. I need 2019 Tigers or better. Thank y'all for joining. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. Over time, we're going to get better with time, and hopefully I can have more and more subscribers and viewers. Thank y'all. God bless. Go Tigers.